What the fuck is going on with Doja Cat at the moment? Last thing I remember, she was announcing a rap career, and now apparently she has a groomer boyfriend and she hates her fans. What is this? The rapper curse? The Kanye effect? As soon as she took off that fucking cow outfit, everything's just been going to shit. Harambe did not die for our sins for Doja Cat to be fumbling the bag this hard. Anyway, before I go on a tangent, hello, my name is Pink Something, and this is my first ever YouTube video. I created this channel because my friends wouldn't go into a 3-hour long breakdown of how Doja Cat took the second fattest and juiciest L in celebrity history. First one being Zoe Kravitz, but that's my opinion. Also, I don't have a camera, so you're going to have to deal with my shitty art. Yeah. So, first off, the question to Doja Cat's downfall isn't how it happened, but why is it happening? Here's the thing, Doja Cat isn't the first singer to have a creepy, groomer, rapist boyfriend. She's not the first singer to be an absolute asshole to her fans. She's not even the first one to call her fans stupid. So why is Doja Cat getting drip-checked while every other artist is living their best fucking life? Before I answer the why, I'm going to list out and talk about Doja Cat's current sins against Twitter, Instagram, and maybe Facebook if you have no fucking life and your parents hate you. Okay, so here's the timeline of the Doja Cat multiverse. Some people might assume it started when Noah Snap exposed her ass on Beyonce's black-owned business, Twitter, about how she slid in his DMs trying to get some information on Joseph Quinn, who at the time was the breaking star of the last Stranger Things season. Some people may think that that was the starting point of Doja Cat's cosplay of Jeffree Star, but no, this was when everyone started looking at her. But it goes way farther than that. Instead of people saying, wow, Doja Cat is kind of weird, huh? It went to goddamn, Doja Cat is a fucking weirdo. So, we have to go all the way back to 2020. If you had no life and was on Twitter at the time, you might have heard of Doja Cat apparently being caught in an alt-right group where she flirted and joked with these men who were all white and didn't fuck with minorities, apparently stripping for these men. Now, Doja Cat came out and defended herself against these claims, denying these claims and that is 100% incorrect. However, she goes on to call her actions dumb-ass behavior, meaning that she acknowledged that she was in some racist chats as a younger person. So, This all coming out with an old song of her Dindu Nufin, a term used to disparage black victims of police brutality. She admits to writing the song and that it was a time when she was younger and didn't know any better, and that she loves her black side, which, good for her. She went on an Instagram Live and gave an apology, and that was the end of that controversy. She came out of that drama unscathed. Her music was still charting. They weren't dragging her through the mud like they are now. Now, I don't think personally this was a trigger, but I'll add it because this was like her rite of passage that every singer goes through where their racist past is brought up. Nothing new. Now, what truly triggered this was a year later in 2021 when Doja Cat openly admitted that she didn't enjoy her music career, and which we all thought she did. On her Instagram Live, she goes on to say she feels pressured into making music and that she hasn't enjoyed making music for the past 5 years, which at the time she had only been famous for maybe a year or two where her song popped off on TikTok. So she was broke, a nobody for the first 3 years, and she's been feeling like this since the entire time, which goddamn. Also adding that she was forced into situations she wanted nothing to do with, like photo shoots, being styled, interviews, etc. She hated doing it. Basically, she hated doing what every fucking decently famous person has to do. Which, in her defense, the industry is absolute shit. Being between label records, not promoting artists, shitty teams, creepy bosses, the boogeyman known as Shayla who steals your songs to pretend that your vocals are hers. The industry is fucked up and many artists are known to crash and burn. She also calls out the superficialness of other artists in the business, never naming names but calling out, and I quote, "It feels like people are just getting on each other's songs for the sake of having them on each other's songs. This meaning that everyone's a fake bitch and she has no friends." Basically, she hates her fucking job. Bitches are two-faced and she lost a cow printed bikini. This is huge because this answers part of the why of our question. She hates doing stuff that her job requires her to do, and anyone who's been forced to do shit, they can tell you that it will show. Like, it'll show in your attitude, it'll show in your actions. For example, some pink lore. I used to be a summer counselor at the YMCA. There was this activity that involved the campers going outside and interacting with nature. I fucking hate bugs. So every day when it was time for this activity, I would go to the bathroom and hang out in the lobby room for a good 20 minutes. I know, lazy bitch energy, but what was I supposed to do? Get bitten by bugs? No. Not my melanin skin. Fuck that shit. Anyway, we know that Doja Cat doesn't fit into the life of a celebrity. She's not good at nodding her head and keeping her mouth shut about certain things. She doesn't give a shit. Which is fine because a lot of artists are known for not giving a shit. A lot of artists have come out and stated that they hated the industry and how fake everything was. Now that that's out the way, let's go into what turned everyone's eyes on Doja Cat. The Noah Snap DMs drama. To make a long story short, Doja hopped in Noah Snap's DMs on Twitter and asked him about his co-worker, Joseph, who was the current white British boy of the month. Instead of DMing her an answer, he went on TikTok and poked fun a bit at Doja Cat, showing millions of people what she asked him and saying that she should slide into Joseph's DMs, and then shows Quinn's Instagram account, basically telling her that he's not her middleman and to go into Quinn's DMs and ask herself, playfully. Well, Doja Cat did not like that response at all. No. She later went on Scarlett Johansson's family-owned Chinese business, TikTok, and basically shitted a bit on Noah and vented to anyone who listened, stating that she was embarrassed and humiliated over Noah sharing private messages between them. Which, to be fair, it was a private message, and I don't think most people would like their business out there. I'll give her that. She goes on to speculate why she thought he shared the DMs and stuff, saying that he could be a snake, he's young, and young people do dumb stuff, which kind of makes it look like Doja Cat didn't really know Noah Snap before she DM'd him, which is kind of iffy, because why DM someone a private message that you don't want others to know about? That you're kind of asking to get exposed to millions of people on an app. Anyway, people weren't exactly happy with Doja Cat, some calling her weird, calling her out for DMing a 17-year-old boy, even though no one cared initially, among other shit. Of course, there were people coming to her defense, saying how no one would want their DMs purposely exposed to millions to laugh at online without their permission. She later goes on to tweet, "Y'all are so cringe and lame, and nobody wants to hang with you. That's why y'all be on here unironically writing replies to shit that makes you mad." Which, damn, you didn't have to say it like that. I didn't even say shit about you, Doja. Like, goddamn, stop calling bitches out. Basically calling everyone a loser with no friends, no bitches, no job, a terrible mental stability, no parents, your dog's dead, etc. In the end, Noah made another TikTok with a Doja Cat song playing, and he apologized to her and that they were cool. But the damage had already been done. Doja Cat had officially given Twitter the ick, which is like social suicide on steroids. So now we get to the recent shit, like this year type shit. So earlier in June, Doja Cat was spotted on a romantic outing with a man by the name of Jeffrey J. Cyrus. Now you might be asking, who is Jeffrey J. Cyrus? Well, folks, after a half-assed research, I can safely say that Jeffrey is a TikTok / Twitch / YouTube / comedian who first gained fame on Vine, and he later on went to go be signed under the social media talent agency Undercurrent, which also managed JoJo Siwa and Lance Stewart. Now, before I get into his alleged crimes, right off the bat, I can tell that Doja Cat made some heavy mistakes with this relationship. First up, what girl in her right mind dates a male whose first name starts with the letter J? Red flag number 1. Second mistake was that he originated from Vine. Tell me one fucker who came from Vine who wasn't a goddamn safety hazard to humanity. Exactly. Well, anyway, Twitter has better red flags than I do, because there are as many as 20 women who have come forward and accused the Twitch streamer of manipulating and apparently sexually assaulting these women. He later came out with a 13-page MLA formatted essay of him apologizing, but it's extremely vague and doesn't go into any details. Also stating that everything was consensual and he had just let on these women without taking their feelings into account. It's basically a he said, she says, but the she says is times 20. So obviously fans of Doja Cat weren't happy with her dating a potential predator. Many going on social media to call this out and adding her in every possible way. Doja Cat didn't take fans bringing this up with her well, like at all. She took that shit worse than Overwatch fans learning that they weren't getting a story mode. In her own words, it's my life, my rules, my style, my attitude. However, this wasn't what nailed it in the coffin for Doja Cat. Nope. This made people turn against her. But her fans were still kind of on her side. No, she went and she committed the biggest sin known to celebrity history. Fucking disobeyed the 10 Commandments of Hollywood. She called her fans jobless losers for having their fandom name be kittens. Something she previously encouraged them to do. And that, folks, well, that's what sealed her fate in terms of Twitter. Almost all of her fan accounts have deactivated themselves, and she's currently reported to have lost over 200k followers on Instagram, which isn't a lot considering she has over 25.6 mil followers on Instagram. So that amount is like pennies, honestly. It's about as usual as Reddit communities going on strike for about a week and returning to work the following Monday. The bitch ain't affected. Also, she still has 5.6 million on Twitter, which isn't Taylor Swift level, but it's still a lot. But wait a minute. I just looked up Taylor Swift's Twitter account. Why does she have over 90 mil? God damn. That's more than the population of France. How many does Beyonce have? 15 mil? Jesus fucking Christ. I called it Beyonce's black-owned business, but it might as well actually be Taylor Swift's family heirloom that originated from the 1700s. Okay, I'm getting off track. Back to the main issue, folks. So Doja Cat, her Instagram and Twitter, while taking some hits, is not going to affect her in the long term. Probably. In terms of social media presence, however, her reputation is forever tainted. Now here's the thing. The issue I'm seeing isn't Doja Cat. The real interesting piece of this controversy is how her fans are reacting to this. The way they're fastly turning on her is not normal. Okay, because as I said previously, Doja Cat isn't the first one to do any of these things. So why are her fans turning on her faster than other fandoms do to their faves? I've seen absolutely no one defend Doja Cat in any of the slander threads about her. There's no one defending her. No one coming to be her shining knight in armor. No one jumping through fucking Simone Biles level of hoops to defend her or resolve her of all guilt or anything. And this isn't normal. Like for example, Cardi B, they have her in 4K admitting that she used to drug and rob her clients when she was a stripper. She has went on multiple Twitter rants attacking fans. She threw a fucking high heel at Nicki Minaj. She has tried to fight fans before. Harass and abuse her husband's mistresses for the world to see. The bitch put a hit out on that hoe. She put a hit out on the mistress. She went to fucking court over it. But Cardi B has a solid ass fandom. Now you will see some backlash in comment sections, but it's always outweighed by the positive. She still gets brand deals. She's still making bank. However, I will say I haven't seen her on any big features lately. The last one being Lotto. Other than that, she's just been rapping with smaller female rappers, which is cool because the music is a bop. But she hasn't been making moves in a while, I will note. Another person, Nicki Minaj. Her husband is literally on the sex offender list, and she still is living her best life. She's in a feature every month this year, it feels like. She was on the Barbie album, which was one of the most anticipated albums of the year. Her song with Ice Spice, Princess Diana, was a huge success. Nicki Minaj isn't even played on the radio like that, but she's still a huge success because of how dedicated her fan base is. Even with the shady, predator-like husband, she's still recognized as a female queen of rap. She does get hate for who her husband is, but in terms of success, money, and fame, it hasn't really affected her as much as one would think. So why is Doja Cat being condemned for her behavior while these other artists are thriving? Is it because she hasn't had the time to establish herself long enough? Her fan base is too young to go to hell and back with her? Maybe it's the type of people who gravitated to her. They're less likely to take BS. They're less likely to they have a more moral standing than other fan bases might have. Or could it be she's not charismatic enough to pull any of this off? However, we're going to have to wait a while to see if any of this drama truly affects her, because her latest song, Attention, is currently sitting at 14 million views on YouTube, and it's only been a month. And it also came out before of any of this controversial drama. So we're going to have to wait to see her sales on her next song slash album to see if any of this truly had a lasting effect on her. Because the number's not looking right, and then the whole operation is messed up. Okay, so if you made it this far, thanks for sticking around. Just wanted to get my thoughts out there and decided why not make current videos while also practicing my art. I know I suck at art, but I've only been doing it for a year, so who knows, if I continue this channel, maybe we can see a timeline of my art improve. Anyway, peace, love, and everything Chemical X.